Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know you don't even have to say anything. I know it's been so long, you guys. I've been MIA. I just disappeared on you guys. No explanation, no nothing. But I am going to explain myself. But before I ask for forgiveness and get you guys back onto my squad, I just want to say welcome to all my new subbies, you guys. We grew so much in the past year and I can't believe that I got so many subscribers without even posting a video. Thank you so much for believing in me, for believing in my content. So let's get right into this video. Where have I been? So to be honest, you guys, I don't really have an explanation of why I stopped filming. Like, there's really no good reason that I could give you guys why I stopped filming. But the honest truth is I started doubting myself. I started doubting my content. Like, when I started, my videos were doing so well and it seemed as if you guys were so interested in my content. And then my last few videos before I stopped filming, I wasn't getting any views. And as a new YouTuber, I started thinking maybe no one is really interested in what I'm posting. Maybe people are just not into it. So I started doubting myself. Whenever I would grab the camera to try to do a vlog, I would always ask myself, who would be interested in watching this? Well, they haven't been watching my cooking videos, they haven't been watching my traveling videos. So I got confused because you guys were just not showing up for me. But yeah, what else? That was the one reason. The second reason is I was so much under pressure. I was finishing uni and I was planning on applying for my postgraduate visa, which is a long process, which I'm also going to talk about. I was stressed about life after graduation, looking for jobs, looking for a new place. I was asking myself if I was going to move out. So I was so stressed and I couldn't really manage my finals and YouTube, and I always used to choose studying over picking my camera and making a video for you guys. And I know it's all on me because I was supposed to manage my time well and make sure I'm also making content for you guys, but I failed. So that's the second reason. Do I have a third reason? I don't think I have a third reason. I think that's all. That's really the main reason why I haven't been on YouTube, but I'm back and I'm back to stay because now I'm more motivated than ever, I promise you. So what have I been up to? I graduated. I'm now an accounting graduate. Yeah, I've been working out so much. I've been working out. I've been putting the work in. That's one thing I didn't slack on. I slacked on YouTube. I didn't slack on working out. What else? I got a job. You know what? Let's actually just get right into this video. This video, I'm going to be talking about life after you graduate as an international student in Australia. I'm just going to be telling you guys what I experienced and what I am experiencing now. So let's start with you finished graduating. This is for all people that want to come to Australia and you just want to look if the process after graduation would be okay for you, or you're in Australia and you're about to graduate and you don't know what's going to come and what to expect. I'm just going to tell you guys my experience. So I graduated and the first thing I really needed to do was to apply for my postgraduate visa. So the good thing about Australia is after you graduate, you're able to apply for a postgraduate visa, which is called the 485. So it's such an easy visa to apply for, you guys. And one thing I need to stress on is do not pay anyone to lodge that visa for you, because you can do it all by yourself. Don't pay someone $300 to do that visa application for you, because if I could do it, you can do it. You don't need to pay anyone for that. So for the 485 visa, the postgraduate visa, you get 2 years if you were doing your undergraduate, and you get 3 years if you were doing your master's. So what you need is you need to write an English exam. So I did IELTS. I found that very easy, but I've heard that other boards are actually quite easier than the one that I took. So you need to pass your English exam. You need proof that you were studying in Australia at a recognized university. What else do you need? Oh, you need to take medicals. You need to do your medicals. You know, that's easy. Like, no one would fail medicals. You need to get a police clearance. If you're not selling drugs or doing any dodgy shit, I'm sorry, let me censor myself. If you're not doing any illegal things, you'll be fine with that. So I said you need your medicals, you need proof that you're studying in Australia, you need a police clearance, you need your English exam. That is all you need for the 485 visa. And all the people I know that have applied for that visa on time, that's the other thing. You need to apply for that visa like maybe 3 months before your visa is about to expire, like your student visa. That's when you need to start to apply for your 485, so that you get all your things done in time, and you know your visa doesn't expire. Because if your visa expires and then you load your 485, chances are you're not going to get it, because you would have been living in Australia without a valid visa. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. So when you apply for your 485, as soon as you apply for it, you get a bridging visa. So a bridging visa is a visa that allows you to stay in Australia and work and do anything that any normal resident of Australia would be able to do whilst you're waiting for your visa to come out. So you get your 485, you can work, you can live life, it's all normal until your visa comes out. My visa took about 4 months to come out. Other people's visas, they took 6 months. It just depends. It doesn't mean that if they are taking long, it means you're not going to get your visa. The process just varies. When I applied for mine, it was during COVID, and I was expecting like 8 months before it comes out, but it came out after 4 months, which was good. So I got my visa. So yay, she's got her visa. That's done, out of the picture. The next thing that I really needed to do was to find a job. And in my other video, when I was talking about things that I wish I knew before I came to Australia, I told you guys that getting a job as an international student is hard. And I tell you, I applied for everything I could find. And you know, when you get to that point where you now just open those replies from companies and you already know that it's a regret email, that's the point that I got to. I used to apply, I applied through every avenue I could think of, and it just wasn't working. And you know, I started asking myself, what was the point of me studying hard, being a high distinction student, and not being able to get a job? And this is the answer. This is what I want you guys to know. If you're planning on coming to Australia, if you're in Australia right now, this is what you need to start doing. You need to start doing internships. You need to start doing internships. I can't stress this enough. Even if it's an unpaid internship, take that opportunity, because it's going to make a huge difference on your resume. The thing with me is, I was a bookie. I always used to focus on my books. I wasn't interested in unpaid work. And I used to work in childcare, and it was not related to my degree that I studied. So it was very difficult for me. I didn't have anything on my resume that could prove that I can do what I'm applying for. So that's tip number 1, you guys. If you are in Australia or you're planning on coming, as soon as you come, start looking for internships that are related to what you're studying. That's the most important thing. The second thing is, you need to build your relationships, because I got my job not through my intelligence or anything, but it was because of someone that I knew who introduced me to someone, and that someone introduced me to someone. That's how I then got my interview. So you need to work on relationships. by that, like, how can you work on your relationships? Like, LinkedIn, you guys, work on your LinkedIn. Connect with people that are in the companies that you want to work for. I don't know how much I can stress this. Work on your LinkedIn. That is one thing I wish I did. You know, that's how you're going to, you know, get that first door into that interview that you want. That's how you're going to get easy access. Because imagine if you connect with someone now, 3 years down the line, you've been keeping in touch with that person, saying, hey, I've seen you guys just recently posted this on LinkedIn about your company. Oh, that's really interesting, I'd like to know more. You know, building that relationship. 3 years down the line, when you now need a job, you just link up with that person that you had been messaging. Hey, I've just recently graduated. Here is my resume. Here is my transcript. I would really want to meet with you, maybe over a cup of coffee or something. You know, that would make a difference with someone who doesn't know anyone in the industry. So you guys, work on your connections, work on your LinkedIn, work on connecting with people that are actually going to benefit you at the end of the day. So I didn't do that, and that's something that led me to struggling to find a job. But you know, now I'm telling you, it's coming from me. I hope you guys take this, you know, and you make use of this information. So how I actually ended up finding a job, I had a friend of mine who introduced me to, no, actually she posted in a certain group of ladies in Australia saying that she has a sister who's looking for a job. And then in that group there was a recruiter who saw my resume, and she was like, oh, give me your contact details, I will talk to her. And then that's how I ended up getting an interview. I got a job through a recruiting company. That's the other thing that I also want to talk about, recruiting companies. When I came here, I'd been told that recruiting companies do not work. I'd been told that they are just going to take your money and it's not going to work. One thing I need you guys to know is you do not need to pay a recruiting company to get you a job. The recruiting company is already paid by the company that's going to hire you, so you don't have to pay anything. If you get a recruiting company that's going to say to you, pay us $300 and we'll find you a job, then it's not a genuine, legit recruiting company. So that's another way that you guys can make finding jobs easier. Use recruiting companies. Use recruiting companies. I don't know how much I can stress it. I feel like in this video I'm just stressing things because I'm so passionate. Like, this is what I have experienced, and I don't want you guys to then struggle as much as I did, when I can give you guys tips on how to not make it as difficult as what's going on, when I have tips that can make your life easier. Okay, so we have ticked visa, we've ticked finding a job. Now let's talk about accommodation. So I had to ask myself if I wanted to move out of my student accommodation and find accommodation off campus. And to be honest, that is the best option. Move out of student accommodation and find an apartment out of student accommodation. If you're coming to Australia as a student, please not. Living in a student accommodation, it's a safe option because you're going to be surrounded by other students. It's safer, you know, most of the times it's going to be closer to your uni, but then it's more expensive. So if you have friends or family, stay with your friends, stay with your family, get an apartment, and you can share the rentals. Otherwise, staying in student accommodation is way more expensive than living off campus. And I've noticed that apartments that are closer to universities are more expensive than apartments that are further away from any near university. That is also one thing that you will need to remember when you are looking for an apartment or a place to live in Australia. Okay, so we have talked about visas, jobs, apartments. Now let's talk about what you are awaiting after your visa expires. So your 485 is only for 2 years, and during this process you need to start thinking about ways to build your points or to increase your points so that when you apply for permanent residency, you have more points. So the thing is, in Australia, permanent residency works with points. We have a point system in Australia. So let's say your age contributes to the number of points you're going to get. So for example, I'm going to be over 25 when I apply for my PR, so I will have 30 points. So you have points for your age, you have points for your study, you have points for your English, you have points for your working experience. So, you know, by the time you graduate, if you're planning on living long-term in Australia, start thinking about these things. How many points do I actually have now, and how many points do I need to build or, you know, work towards? So, for example, for me, I have points for my age, I have points for now working, I found a job, so by the time I apply, I will have more points because I have working experience. I'm going to have points for being single or being married. I don't know by that time if I'm going to be married or not, but you have more points if you apply for PR as a single individual other than when you are in a relationship or you're married to someone. So you need to start working towards your points. And also there are other like little things that you could do, like courses that you could take that give you 5 points for your PR. So like for me, for example, if I do my CA, my chartered accounting course for a year, I get 5 points for a professional year. They call it professional year. So you need to start thinking about these things, you guys. If you're coming to Australia, you really need to start thinking about what you want life to be like after, because it's so easy. It's such an easy process to living long-term in Australia, but a lot of people wait till last minute for them to be like, okay, what am I meant to be doing? So you need to start working on your points after you graduate, or even before you graduate. I know of people before, I think I'm going to do another video on that. When you are choosing your course to study, you need to consider if your course is on the skills list in Australia. So there's a skills list, and it's like basically the skills that are more valued in Australia and the skills that they consider in shortage. So they would rather give a person who studied medicine, for example, PR as compared to someone who studied fashion. I hope you guys get that. So you also need to consider that, like, is my course on the skills list? You also need to consider if you're studying in a regional area, because if you study in a regional area, you get points for studying in a regional area. But I didn't consider that. I really wanted to come to Sydney, so I didn't think about that. I really wanted to come to Sydney. But yeah, I think I will do a video on visas and like maybe applying for student visas or colleges to consider. I don't know, you guys tell me what you would want, but I really wanted to make this video short and sweet, you guys. That has been my life after graduating, and I'm just looking forward to, you know, doing more videos, talking to you guys, creating content, and just, you know, sharing life with you. I really enjoy making videos for you guys, and I am so excited to see this channel grow to what I want it to become. But that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have watched this video till this point, I mean, you like me, go and click that subscribe button right down there, because I wouldn't watch a video this long if I wasn't interested. But thank you so much, you guys, for watching my video, for supporting me. Till my next video, guys. Bye.